And when you have to be in a family gathering, go there, do what needs to be done, get gone. Okay? Don't overstay your visit. Don't overstay your welcome in a place. Because the reason why you end up being offended, you end up in fist fights and all that stuff, is because you overstay your visit. Wherever you can avoid certain people, if you see that the person that likes overstepping your boundaries or the person that you don't get along with is maybe chopping cabbage there, rather go chop butternuts and avoid that person. If you see that that person is there, go there. Like, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining in for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self-love and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. Today I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to survive a family reunion or a family gathering, okay? Because we all know it's festive season. You're going to be seeing some family members that you've not seen in a long time. Some of them are going to offend you deliberately, so some of them are going to be pretending because they don't like you, but they just have to be the same place as you. Some of them are just going to deliberately want to provoke you, okay? So you don't need all of that in your life, but at the end of the day, you just have to do what you have to do. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because of the request that I had in the past after I shared a story on how I was offended by one of my cousins during a family gathering, and how you should always go to family gatherings ready to be offended. And that cousin of mine offended me by saying, "Ooh, the way you are so lazy, no wonder you got divorced." And this person was saying this to me after having been divorced like 3 times, and I took so much offense that I even cried. And the reason why I was crying was because I never even expected that from them. You know, I'm one of those people that if it's time for us to fight, we can definitely fight. And if it's not time for us to fight, it's time for us to make peace, we can do that. But the thing is, when somebody catches you off guard, somebody that you actually love and somebody that you're not even expecting that, to offend you like that, for me, that is good enough for me to literally just cry, you know. So I ended up crying and I was offended. But then they went and they called her and they're like, "Hey, listen, you offended this girl. She came, she apologized. She's like, oh, listen, I didn't even mean to offend you. I didn't even know that what I was gonna say to you was gonna offend you, because anyway, I've also been divorced, you know." But yeah, anyway, I took offense of that. But at the end of the day, I had to forgive her because she's my cousin, right? So from that, I've been getting a lot of requests where people were saying, "Listen, I'm going to my in-laws for this first time. I'm going to this family gathering." There's a lot of comments that came from people who are actually dragging because they're not looking forward to meeting their family members, especially this coming weekend and the weekend after that, because it's the Christmas weekend and it's the New Year weekend. And you can all imagine that it's not always something that everybody is looking forward to. Some people are looking forward to it because some families actually do genuinely love each other. But we do know that in family, there are always family politics. There are always people who are jealous. There are always people who are in competition. There are always people who literally just want to offend you because they feel threatened by your achievements, or they just are in competition with you for whatever reason, you know. And that is why we are here today. So tip number 1, if you're going to be attending a family gathering, a wedding, a reunion, or anything like that, I need you to just bear in mind that these people don't have to be in your life all the time. Or rather, remember that you don't spend every single day with these people. And the fact that you don't spend every single day with these people, the reason why I'm saying that you need to consider the fact that you don't spend every single day with these people is that I need you to just bear in mind the whole time that this will eventually pass. You know, it's just a temporary situation. You don't have to make permanent decision based on a temporary situation. So you just always bearing in mind that, it's fine. After this weekend, I don't have to see you ever again. That actually makes it so much easier for you to not easily take offense. Although, hey, some family members can really say some things which are very, very hard and they make sure they don't miss because they know you very well. So number 1, always bear in mind that this is not a permanent situation, okay? You're just gonna be with these people just once. After that, you pack your bags, you go home, you go your separate ways until you meet again next year. So just bear in mind, even when you are an in-law, you just have to be okay with the fact that, listen, for the temporary, time being, unfortunately, if you're an African, you do know that as a daughter-in-law, you're going to be the slave of the family. Some families don't do that. Actually, my in-laws, my former in-laws, never did that to me. They never enslaved me. I really felt like I was one of the daughters of my ex-mother-in-law. So some families, it's okay, but for the families that they really want to enslave you, please just make sure that you take heart and always bear in mind that this is a temporary situation, okay? You don't have to make permanent decisions based on temporary situations. And also remember that the man that married you will always be blood. You will always be family with those people that you're going to see. So to a certain degree, you're just going to have to meet him halfway in terms of you just, minimizing the drama and just not always being listen, I'm here, I'm ready to fight. If you want to fight me, let's go outside. You don't have to do any of that. And also, I need you to bear in mind that number two, there are going to be people who will deliberately just want to offend you every chance they get. And sometimes the reason why people want to offend you in that manner is because when they look at you and they look at themselves, they see that you have made so much progress in your life. You actually have more than them, and that makes them jealous. So you always have to bear in mind, Ori, people are going to want to offend you because there's nothing else they can do to you. So look at the person who's trying to say something to you and look at yourself and try to figure out, what exactly is it that I have that this person does not have that bothers them so much. So it could be anything, really. It could be the way you look, it could be your work, it could be the car you drive. Literally, if somebody is in competition with you, they will want to pick on you based on whatever. So if you can find something that you know for sure, because of this is what this person is going to be jealous of me for, or this person is going to be picking on me because of this reason, just bearing that in mind makes it a little bit easy, because you understand that whatever punch they're throwing at you is not personal. It's actually just an attack because of how they feel about themselves. All right. Number three, I need you to avoid having long conversations with people, all right, especially when you know that they never really end well. I mean, if this is not your first time meeting with these people, if you are not an in-law, if you are a child in that family, you know that when you spend a lot of time with these people, the thing that's going to happen is that they're going to be starting to gossip about other people. And if those people are older than you, they're going to be asking you very personal questions. They'll be asking you, do you have a child? Why don't you have a child yet? Why are you like they're literally just going to be asking you about your business, and they will feel entitled to that because they watched you grow. They change your diapers, and to a certain degree they feel like they can say whatever it is that they want to say to you. So you try to minimize spending as much time as you can with them, because the more time you spend with them, the more you give them room to actually do whatever and start offending you, okay? And if you are one of those people that when you take offense, you never forgive, because some people really hold things in their hearts. And I think the difference between myself, some people who are like me, and other people is that now with me, when you offend me, I tell you and we keep it moving. Tomorrow I won't even remember the things that you did to me, or I can remember them but they won't pain me. But with some people, family is so sensitive that you say one word to them and you're even joking at some point, and they end up taking offense. They end up holding that against you. They hold it against your kids. 10 years down the line, they don't talk to you because of something you said to them in passing. So you need to be very careful that if you feel like whatever it is that they're saying to you doesn't sit well with you, you can actually just talk to them nicely, call them by the corner and tell them that, listen, I don't like this. But in most cases that thing doesn't work. Well, the best thing that actually works is just you avoiding having communication with people that you know that they're very offensive. There are those family members that you already know that before you even meet, I know 1, 2, 3 these people are offensive, they're gonna offend me, they're gonna say something, they're gonna off-ramp. So you try to avoid them as much as you can. And when you have to be in a family gathering, go there, do what needs to be done, get gone. Okay, don't overstay your visit, don't overstay your welcome in a place, because the reason why you end up being offended, you end up in fist fights and all that stuff, is because you overstay your visit. When you now stay there, and if you guys have been family, if you guys have been in each other's lives all your life, you now start reminding each other of things that you did to one another, especially if you're going to be intoxicated in the process. When people are drunk, now it's time for them to actually get the guys to tell you where to get off. They tell you who your real father is. They tell you all these things that you don't even need at that time in your life. So you try to avoid staying for too long with people that you know that when they are intoxicated, they're going to offend you. You need to literally just be there, do what needs to be done, and be gone, okay? But also looking on the brighter side, it's always a good thing to be around family members, in as much as a lot of times there's a lot of pretense and everything. But the saying that blood is thicker than water, it is thicker than water, but sometimes when you feel like people are too toxic, you don't have to be anywhere near them, okay? You just have to acknowledge them and respect them for the fact that they are family members. If you guys have to cut the cabbage together for the coleslaw, please do that. If you guys have to help each other carry water to the tank, or you have to cook something together, do that in silence. Give them the respect that they need. But otherwise, you need to draw your boundaries in a sense that you don't allow people to be all over your business, to get to a point where they're so comfortable that they can even offend you, okay? So wherever you can, avoid certain people. If you see that the person that likes overstepping your boundaries, or the person that you don't get along with is maybe chopping cabbage there, rather go chop butternut and avoid that person. If you see that that person is there, go there. Like, try to avoid people that you know, because these are your family members, by the way. You already know them. You know the things they're going to say to you. You know the things they're going to say to your kids. If your kids don't have to be there, then don't bring your kids around, because they're going to be starting to comment about your kids, about how spoiled your kids are. And this, if you're a sensitive person that likes absolutely nothing about your kids, then don't even bring your kids anywhere near that. But if it's a family gathering that requires that you bring your kids, make sure that you protect your kids with all that you have. You have them with you where you can. If you don't have them with you, make sure there's somebody that you trust within the family that can look after your kids while you are busy with other things. I hope this helps. I hope this makes it a little bit lighter this December, that you are going to be spending your Christmas and your New Year's with family members that don't like you. But if your family actually does like you, and that you have found a working system in your family, please do share that in the comment section down below, so that you can help other people, so that in the next family gathering, because remember, after Christmas and New Year there's Good Friday, we're still going to be coming back to this video. So please do share what tips they can use to actually just survive meeting with family members, because I can tell you now, it's a drag for some people and it's not nice. And eventually it gets to a point where people distance themselves from family members. They don't want to go to family gatherings anymore. The kids don't know their family members and whatnot. And if you can avoid all of that, please do that by all means, with using the tips that I've just shared with you. Also share your own tips in the comment section, and then we will see how we help each other become better people, okay? I love you so much. I'll see you in the next upload. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. God bless you. Mwah.